Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah is a real estate agent. She wakes up at 5:30 a.m., hits the ground running, and doesn't stop until she collapses into bed at 11 p.m. Her phone buzzes constantly. Her calendar is packed. Her to-do list never ends. She's busy, really busy. But here's the problem. After 6 months of this grind, Sarah looked at her bank account and realized something terrifying. Despite working 70-hour weeks, her income hadn't grown. Her relationships were suffering. She couldn't remember the last time she felt truly present with her kids. Sarah wasn't lazy. She wasn't unmotivated. She was drowning in activity but starving for results. Sound familiar? Somewhere along the way, we started believing that busy equals successful. We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. We brag about how little sleep we get. We say yes to everything because we're afraid of missing out or letting people down. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Busy doesn't equal productive. Activity doesn't equal achievement. You can work 60-hour weeks and still feel like you're treading water. Why? Because you're doing things instead of doing the right things. Your time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can never get back. And right now, you're probably giving it away to everyone except yourself. Think about your typical day. You wake up with good intentions. Maybe you even have a plan. But then the texts start. The emails flood in. A client has an emergency. Your kid needs something for school. Your boss needs that report now. Before you know it, you've spent 8 hours reacting to other people's priorities instead of protecting your own. This is called firefighting. Constantly putting out fires instead of preventing them in the first place. And here's what firefighting costs you. Your energy gets drained by interruptions. Your focus gets scattered. Your boundaries get trampled. And your goals get pushed to someday, which is not a day of the week. Greg McKeown says it perfectly. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Here's a simple exercise that will change everything. Pull out your calendar right now. Look at last week. Where did your time actually go? How many hours did you spend on things that moved you toward your goals? How many hours reacting to other people's requests? How many hours wasted on tasks that didn't really matter? Your calendar is a mirror. It shows you what you actually value, not what you say you value. If you say family is your priority, but you haven't blocked time for dinner with them in 3 weeks, your calendar is telling the truth. If you say growing your business matters, but you're spending more time scrolling social media than prospecting, your calendar is telling the truth. The good news? Once you see the truth, you can change it. Let's do some math together. Every week has 168 hours. That's the same for everyone, billionaires and broke people, CEOs and stay-at-home parents. Here's how most people spend them. Sleep, 56 hours. Work, 40 to 50 hours. Commute and getting ready, 10 hours. Eating, 10 hours. That leaves you with 42 to 52 hours per week of discretionary time. That's almost a full-time job's worth of hours. So why does it feel like you have no time? Because those hours are getting stolen by saying yes when you should say no, scrolling social media mindlessly, attending meetings that could have been emails, doing tasks that aren't actually important, and letting other people set your agenda. Here's the shift. Stop managing time. Start managing energy and priorities. Not all hours are created equal. There are 3 types of time, and most people spend them backwards. Type 1. Reactive time. Reactive time is firefighting. You're responding to other people's emergencies, requests, and interruptions. It feels urgent, but it's rarely important. Type 2. Productive time. Productive time is building. You're working on tasks that actually move you toward your goals. It requires focus and energy. Type 3. Restorative time. Restorative time is recharging. You're refilling your tank so you can show up at your best. It's not lazy, it's essential. Here's the problem. Most people spend 70% of their time in reactive mode, 25% in productive mode, and 5% in restorative mode. Here's what winners do. They flip it. They protect their productive time like it's gold. They schedule their restorative time like it's a client meeting. And they minimize reactive time by setting boundaries. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus is an entrepreneur who used to answer his phone 24/7. He thought it made him look professional, but it was killing him. One day, I asked him, what would happen if you only checked email twice a day, at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m.? He looked at me like I was crazy. My clients would freak out. So we tested it. He set up an autoresponder that said, "Thanks for your email. I check messages at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. to give you my full attention. If it's urgent, call me." The result? Not a single client complained. In fact, several told him they respected his boundaries, and Marcus got back 2 to 3 hours per day of focused work time. Here's the lesson. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're self-respect. When you set boundaries, you're not saying, "I don't care about you." You're saying, "I care about doing my best work for you," and that requires protecting my focus. Here's a tool that changed everything for Sarah. Remember her from the beginning? I introduced her to the weekly focus board, a simple one-page system that helps you plan your week around what actually matters. Every Sunday, you answer 5 questions. What are my top 3 priorities this week? What meetings are non-negotiable? What can I say no to this week? What's one thing I'll do for myself? And how will I measure success this week? That's it. One page, 5 questions, 20 minutes on Sunday. The result for Sarah? Within 90 days, she closed 30% more deals while working 15 fewer hours per week. How? Because she stopped doing everything and started doing the right things. Here's another game changer, especially for my real estate agents and entrepreneurs. It's called the 2-5-1 method, and it's stupidly simple. Every day, you commit to 2 new connections, 5 follow-ups, and 1 listing appointment, or 1 high-value activity that moves the needle. That's it, just 2-5-1. Why does this work? Because it's specific, measurable, and achievable. You're not trying to work harder. You're doing the right activities consistently. And consistency beats intensity every single time. James Clear says in Atomic Habits, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." Here's a question that will change how you think about your day. At the end of today, what would make you feel like you won? Not what did you get done, but what would make you feel successful? For most people, the answer isn't, "I answered 100 emails," or "I attended 5 meetings." It's things like, "I had a meaningful conversation with a client. I made progress on my biggest goal. I was fully present at dinner with my family. I took care of myself." Here's the shift. Stop measuring your worth by how busy you are. Start measuring it by how effective you are. Let me be straight with you. Nobody is coming to save you. Your boss isn't going to give you more time. Your clients aren't going to stop asking for things. Your family isn't going to need you less. You have to take control. And taking control doesn't mean working harder. It means working smarter. Your time is your power. When you master your minutes, you master your life. So here's what I want you to do. Book a free time management discovery call with me. lighthousecoaching.me. Here's what we'll do together. We'll audit your current schedule and identify where your time is actually going. We'll pinpoint the number one thing stealing your productivity. We'll map out your ideal week using the weekly focus board. And I'll introduce you to my complete system, pipeline clarity tracker, 90-day momentum map, and more. No pressure, no sales pitch, just clarity, strategy, and a roadmap. You have 2 options. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay busy, stay overwhelmed. Keep hoping things will magically get better. Or take control. Build boundaries. Create systems. Master your minutes. Start winning instead of wishing. Tony Robbins says, "It's not about having time. It's about making time." Your time is your power. What are you going to do with it? Click the link in the description. Let's talk. Remember Sarah? She's now closing more deals, spending more time with her kids, and actually sleeping 7 hours a night. The difference? She stopped firefighting and started leading. You can too.